Hi Geminis, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we're going to take a look at the upcoming week of July 14th through the 20th, and we're going to just see what Spirit has in store for you. Alrighty, harmony. Wow, love this energy. Harmony with balance, energy, breath, and flow. Interesting because this is giving me the duality energy here with the two cats. Something about creating some type of balance with your emotions, okay? Like you could be doing a lot of healing this week. It could feel overwhelming for you, and Spirit may be asking you to find some type of balance in that energy, okay? Yeah, look, go with the flow at the bottom of the deck. It's flow, and then we have healing here at the bottom of the deck. There's a stillness and a calm that may need to be presented within you. Lavender may be significant to you, as well as, okay, you got 3 cards. I'm just going to leave them out here, as well as your crown chakra. So it may be important for you to connect to, you know, spiritual practices this week to find some source of calm or patience. It's like blah, blah, if I can get my words out. There's some sort of resilience that's necessary this week to get you through, because it does feel like you're going through a lot of changes. Feels like you're dealing with a lot of emotions, like trying to process and sort through them, but it feels like a lot's being thrown at you at one time this week, Gemini. So yeah, look, practical. The Virgo Knight of Pentacles energy there with the Lovers, the Hangman. Yeah, definitely processing something emotional. Could be an ending with this 10 of Swords here too. And then we have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, something definitely emotional. The Divine Source card is here with help me know that all my deepest needs are met, and let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Yeah, trusting in Spirit is going to be big for you this week. But there's also some type of sacrifice, and it's an emotional sacrifice that I'm seeing that you're going to have to make. Sacrifice reads, sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions, and it's a sacrifice to love. In order for you to be able to gain what it is that you desire, you're going to have to release some things, Geminis. And it feels like the things that are needing to be released, you've been holding on to them for too long. So it's almost as if you have 2 hands and you're trying to hold on to stuff with like 6 hands that you don't have. So there are things that are out of your control that you've been trying to hold on to and maintain. And they're sacrifices, but it's the sacrifice of you that's been happening thus far. So Spirit is asking you to stop sacrificing yourself for the sake of something that you know does not work. It doesn't fit your life anymore. And it's almost as if Spirit is asking you to release what you don't have control over. So that's why he showed it to me with 6 arms and 6 hands, right? You only have 2 hands, meaning you can only do so much with these 2 hands. But wow, and look, it's coming up here too. But you're trying to hold on to more than you can actually handle. And so that's where the surrender comes in, with allowing Spirit to take over. Change reads, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Wow. I don't think this message could be any clearer, guys. I don't think this message could be any clearer. You're blocking out what you know needs to be done because you don't want to do it. And there's no shade. I have been here more times than I can count, guys. More times than I can count. I have been here. Something needs to be dissolved in your life, Geminis. Spirit is urging you to release something that no longer fits. It doesn't serve you. I don't know that this necessarily feels like it's 1000% a person. I feel like this is a way of thinking. I feel like it's a way of doing things. It could have to do with work, the way that you do work, the way that you find your identity in work even is coming through. There's something about you not wanting to deal with yourself. Like there's this feels a lot about the self. I can't even lie. This feels a lot about the self. It feels a lot about looking at yourself. Now, this could be a partnership that you have been investing in for far too long. It's been over, and it's like the cycle where you keep coming back to it. You guys end it, and then you go back to the person. You end it, and then you go back to the person. And it's like you feel like you have some type of strong soul connection to this person, but in reality, you have some type of unhealthy inner child traumatic attachment to this person is how this feels. But you're not seeing that because you haven't really taken a practical approach in how you go back to that person, right? So it's like you just kind of find your way back in this loop with them, okay? So imagine it like this. You just kind of find your way back in this loop with them without realizing that I keep going back because of my unhealed wounds. I'm going back because I'm attached to this person. Maybe you're going back because of money. You have financial binds to this person. But there's an ask that your perspective changes. With the Hangman here, with the Ten of Swords, there's an ask that you assess and evaluate truthfully with a different pair of lens, right? Take those rose-colored glasses off and put on glasses that have clear lens in them. Okay, there's an ask that you look at this from a very practical perspective. Instead of looking at this through the lens of love, which love can be deceiving to us, right? Our hearts can deceive us above all else, is what the word says. Instead of looking at it through the lens of, I love this person, look at them through the lens of being an outsider. Okay, if I were my friend and my friend was going through this, what would I tell my friend? What would I tell him? What would I tell her about this relationship? Would I define it as being healthy? Or would I say, no, I think you probably need to dissolve that? There's something in the dark here about this situation that you're not seeing clearly. And that's coming through very strongly. There's something that needs to be illuminated, but the fact of the matter is with the Lovers card here is that you already know what it is. With the Two of Swords, you're intentionally blocking it out because it doesn't align with what you want. It doesn't align with what you want. There's something between the two of you, or if this is a work situation, there's something in this work situation that does not align with what you desire. Now, one thing that is coming to mind right now is that this person or you may only have a little to offer emotionally. So either you or this person could not have enough emotional support or emotional awareness, intelligence, whatever you want to call it, to sustain a healthy relationship. And if this is the other party, you know this. If it's yourself, you absolutely know it. But instead of trusting that God has everything figured out, right? Look, you got flow right there again. Flow again. Trust is allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you know exactly how to handle them. There's a concern of yours that if you just trust Spirit to deliver, that this person will be removed from your life because you know that they're no good for you. But then also you're not sure when the next opportunity is going to come in. And what Spirit is urging and asking you to do is to remove this person from your life, dissolve this relationship so that you can heal, so that you can be energetically rebalanced. And then you have flow here too on this card. I didn't even notice that. Flow. So that you can be rebalanced and so that things can flow naturally for you. In the process of things flowing naturally, focus and put in the work on yourself. Build yourself up. Become one with you. Create a home within yourself and become fully aware and enlightened to who you are apart from another individual. Woo! Whew. there's definitely a release, Geminis. Definitely something needs to be released from your life. And we had that full moon in Capricorn last week, and that's why this is coming up for you. Capricorn, full moon in Capricorn, that energy is not going to allow you to carry this into your future with you unless you want to stay stuck. You have a choice, but you're going to stay stuck in this Two of Swords, that Ten of Swords energy. And you're going to be stuck in Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ten of Wands, all of that energy. You're going to just stay stuck there until you release these things, because the full moon in Capricorn doesn't want you to take anything into the future that doesn't belong. Okay? I love you guys. Bring those emotions into balance, okay? You are more than deserving of having everything that your heart desires, and you're not far from it. It's just a matter of surrendering and allowing things to flow as they naturally should, rather than trying to force them to go in a direction that you desire. Alrighty, my Gemini friends, I love you all. I hope you have the most amazing week. Thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.